or more to your pay. Don't leave earnings on the table with your current carrier. Join Rail today. Give us a call at 888-356-1142. That's 888-356-1142 or visit rail.jobs.
Our final pairing on this championship Sunday on the PGA Tour, playing the 8th hole. It's a short par 4, $3.99 on the card, and our leader Hudson Swafford will play first. He's birdied this hole 3 consecutive days. Just pick a spot in the fairway and then a comfortable club down breeze, and this one is airborne for his second, back right hole location. Oh, and he took it right over the flag. Comes to a stop inside 8 feet. That's a beauty by Hudson Swafford. Stalking another birdie, and if that goes in, he'll get the 20 under.
Excellent shot downwind there, and was able to control the spin on that, and has a great look for birdie.
James Hahn at the par 5 12th. He's 13 under par, trying to get as far down the fairway as he can in 2, and he lays this with iron short of the bunker, short of the green. Scorecard has a hole playing over 620 yards. James Hahn has a chance to get up and down for birdie to reach 14 under.
Luke List now for birdie out at the 12th, or the 11th, I should say, and that one just slides by the left edge, so he'll tap in, and Luke List remains at 13 under, 2 under on the day.
Yeah, can anyone in the tougher back 9 make some birdies and put up a number that's low enough to give Hudson Swafford something to think about? Right now, guys like Hahn and List trail by 6. Will?
We heard earlier today about how the 9th hole may be the trickiest hole location out here. Back right hole location from the lower back tee off the back of the 8th green. Mackenzie Hughes, will he attack the sucker pin? It does not look like it. This is at the middle of the green, needs a soft bounce forward. It does. It will release, and that is the safe, smart play for Mackenzie Hughes. No sense in going at this whole location today. Judge the distance beautifully. It's hole high left. It's outside of 20 feet, but that's the proper leave here at 9 today.
Absolutely it is. I mean, you just can't attack that. There's a downslope coming off that bunker. It's downwind. Boy, that was a lot of trouble. So that's a very smart play there for Mackenzie.
Back to Bill Rosinski at the 8th.
Well, Adam Long knows he's got to put the foot to the gas pedal here now after back-to-back bogeys, dropping to minus 15, and he went at this flag here at 8, and he's actually going to putt first. In fact, he's probably maybe 6-7 feet away, and as I got closer up to the flag here, that shot by Hudson Swafford is about 5 feet. So they've got 2 good birdie looks coming up here at 8, and Long will putt first.
Certainly one needed by Adam Long, but I'm certain Hudson Swafford's mind, the one that he's got, is needed as well. That would put him to 5 under in the opening 8 holes.
Yeah, Carney, I've spent a couple of hours talking about how tough things get starting at the 9th. I mean, Hudson Swafford's done what you need to. Pile up as many birdies as you can before we get into that tough stretch, and may have another one coming up here at number 8.
I mean, absolutely. And look, I mean, he's going to give himself a little cushion probably if he happens to make a mistake. Now, Mackenzie Hughes is right on his heels, but, he's definitely created some separation from a lot of the other players in the field, and they're going to have to really just go pedal to the metal to try to catch these guys and get in the mix. But Hudson, the thing that tells me is Hudson hasn't made the mistakes on those holes so far this week.
No, and he's playing as good a golf really so far today as he has played all week. Started with a 65, made a bunch of birdies, shooting 67. That was a 67 with a couple of bogeys in there on Friday in round 2. Started slowly, but then picked it up to close in the front 9 yesterday. And remember, he had the eagle at 7, birdie at 8 yesterday to start turning things around. Now he's looking for birdie at 7 and 8 coming up. Kevin?
Tyler McCumber at the 10th from just 10 feet away, and he pours it in the heart of the cup. Tyler McCumber now moves to 3 under on today's round, 14 under, heading to the par 3 11th.
Really solid there for Tyler, and again, who knows if he has a chance to win, but, he's looking for his best finish on the PGA Tour this week, and it's been a really good week for the young man.
Well, he started so strong with the share of the lead, won a 4 tied for the lead on Thursday. It looks like Tyler McCumber is going to finish strong as well.
Because he's played so well. Now, he can certainly bounce back on the back 9, but, as a player, you kind of tend to feel, he's not really feeling anything right now.
Now, still almost 3 feet away here as he cleans up for the par save and gets it. Disappointing, though, he's going to be 2 over through 8. The leader to start the day, no longer at 15 under.
Yeah, he talked about really how comfortable he was in that position, and he is. But you wake up the next day, not everything always goes the same.
It certainly hasn't for him, has it? And a front nine that he has feasted on really for 3 days, not so much today. 3 bogeys, just 1 birdie today on the front nine, led by 2 to start this final round. He's going to the 9th, at least 4 shots back. What a dramatic turn of events between these two in the final pair, Bill.
Yeah, and I don't know how many times in a PGA Tour event on a par 4 a player has birdied the hole every day. I'm sure it's happened a bunch of times, but if this drops from inside 6 feet for Hudson Swafford, he will birdie the 8th hole every single day. It's a short par 4, but still, it's all about the second shot. Putts on the way to the cup, dead center. That's another birdie. 2 in a row for Hudson Swafford, 5 under par, and the minus 20.
Relaxed, Earl. I'm sure there are some, nerves inside, but he looks extremely relaxed, in total control of what he's doing out there in this final round.
He looks in total control because right now for 8, he is in total control. 5 under par, and that lead is now 3 shots for Hudson Swafford, heading to 9. Will?
Mackenzie Hughes for birdie at the par 3 9th hole. Down the slope, he sends his birdie putt outside left, asking for it to cut right. Won't cut enough, but it will be a harmless 2-putt par for Mackenzie Hughes. It goes out in 3 under par 33 and turns to the back where he was the best in the field this week through 54 holes. 10 under on the inward 9 and bogey free for Hughes this week. He turns at 17 under.
Tyler McCumbers has delivered his tee ball at the par 3 11th to the left side of the green, but there is a slope there that'll bring the golf ball back towards the front of the green. That'll end up past hole high left downhill putt for Tyler McCumber in the 20-foot range and a chance to reach 15 under.
And considering downwind there and the tough hole location, 231, that's a really good golf shot.
Well, trying to get closer to the leader, Hudson Swafford, who's going to have a tough hole coming up for him. The 9th hole, tee shot in 60 seconds.
85, 33 up, 7 from the right is the hole location, and Hudson Swafford plays away, just trying to get into the middle of the green, takes it over on the top ridge. Oh, that's a nice shot. That's going to roll all the way towards the back of the putting surface, but this is an interesting hole location today. It's all about judging the breeze, and he's just fine. He's outside 25 feet. That'll be for birdie.
Yeah, it's absolutely a great shot there. There's nothing you can do with it. Downwind, you couldn't land it on line there, Earl. Made the smart play and has left himself in a great spot. Look, he doesn't need to make birdie at 9. Just don't want to make a mistake, and he's put himself into a really good position there.
With as tough as this final 10-hole stretch is playing, and you do have 2 par 5s, but so many difficult holes, at this point, for Hudson Swafford, 20 under par, who knows, Carney, he may not need to play better than even par coming in to win this tournament now.
Well, that's, when you look at a 72-hole golf tournament, tournaments don't always come down to the last hole. A lot of times they do, but again, you've put yourself in that position to allow you, not that you're going to relax, but the pressure's not on you.
Now pressure's on Adam Long now. He's lost the lead, and he's reeling on the front 9, Bill.
I don't know how aggressive he can be with this golf shot here, because this is the most wind I have felt all week, and a different tee box than we've used all week long. That might be a factor as well. This is tugged a little left. That'll land on the green. That's fine. And that actually is going to take the contour of the green and swing it a little closer to that flag, which is back right. So he's got a long birdie putt as well. But Swafford, the man of the hour right now, 5 under on his opening 9 as he plays the 9th. He's 20 under. Playing partner Adam Long, our leader coming into today, 2 over par. He's minus 15.
James Hahn at the 12th for birdie, 10 feet above the hole, just slides to the right. That broke all the way across the face of the cup, left to right. James Hahn will remain 13 under heading to the 13th hole.
Well, that 12th hole, I'm looking at back 9. Look, 14 is not playing easy today. Only 15 birdies at that par 5, so your best chance there coming in. I know there's a lot of holes left, Carney, but it looks like number 12 today playing 28 under. You don't get one there, you're going to have to find a run where there's not many today coming in.
Absolutely, you got to be smart. Again, with that front hole location, that creates a challenge, particularly if it's downwind. And, you got to be smart. You just got to make smart, executed golf shots. Obviously, it's going to be different for Hudson Swafford as he leads. But if you're trying to chase someone down, you're going to have to be aggressive. And a lot of these hole locations don't give you that opportunity.
At the par 3 11th, Tyler McCumber standing behind his ball, rehearsing just a short stroke here. This is a downhill putt. It was a good golf shot into this long par 3, 231 yards for McCumber. Chance to reach 15 under. Comes to set position. Tyler looks to the hole, back down to his ball. Wind really moving the tails of his shirt. Strokes the ball. This ball slowing down here. Didn't really hit it as it came back up a rise towards the hole, and maybe thought he'd get a little more out of that slope. Maybe the wind slowed it down. He'll still have some work here. About 5 feet left for par.
He was kind of putting back into the breeze there, and again, just a slight uphill putt, and yeah, he's not going to be happy with that one. He's got some work left on that one as well.
Yeah, these runs for players early, and we had a low round of 65 early, 7 under par, a handful of 66s.
The PGA Tour champions are at it again.
Back down the slope here. This for birdie. Some 25 feet away. This to get to 21 under par. It's been a wonderful front 9. Down the slope it goes, making its way to the cup. Has a chance to go and just goes by on the left. Oh, that was a sweet roll that time by Hudson Swafford. He is going to tap that in for par. He played 7, 8, and 9 this week. 10 under. We're going to let him finish up here. And this is just a foot away, but this will be to shoot a 5 under 31 on his opening 9. He is 20 under par. The par at 9. We're off to the back 9 on Sunday.
Well, I tell you what's most impressive about all that, Earl, is pretty much was stress-free on that front 9. I mean, he had maybe a couple of 3 to 4 footers he had to make, but really there was never any pressure on him, as far as, thinking, I can't miss this putt. I mean, he really never put himself in a bad spot.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship from Corrales Golf Course in the Dominican Republic. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update brought to you by MasterCard. Tap and go with your MasterCard, the simple, secure way to pay.
Well, Bill mentioned what a sweet roll that was for birdie that didn't go. That would have been a sweet roll with a cherry on top had it dropped for Hudson Swafford. What a great front 9, though, for him. 5 under at the turn to move in front and take a 3-shot lead into the back 9. At 20 under par, Mackenzie Hughes, he's already made the turn, 17 under, and 3 back. Adam Long, tough day 2 over on the front, has lost the lead and is now 5 shots back with 9 to play. 14 under, Tyler McCumber, solo 4th, 6 behind, and then 13 under, James Hahn, Luke List, and Nate Lashley, 13 under, 7 shots back.
At 12 under par, Will Zalatoris, that's 7 under par, 65 earlier today, has him currently in a tie for 8th at 12 under par, trying to get back-to-back top 10s to play next week at the Sanderson Farms Championship. Charlie Hoffman, 3 under through 15 holes, has gotten it to minus 11, currently in a tie for 10th. Henrik Stenson, 1 under through 14 holes at minus 9, is a tie for 20th, along with ambassador of the Puntacana Club and Resort and Club, I should say, Emiliano Grillo, 1 over through 12 at minus 9, and a tie for 20th as well.
Play has resumed after a weather suspension in Wichita, Kansas, as the path to the PGA Tours at Crestview Country Club for the Wichita Open, supporting Wichita's youth. Jared Wolf, the leader, 16 under par, 1 ahead of Taylor Pendrith. They're through 7 holes. Marty Doe is 2 shots back through 15 holes at 14 under.
Hudson Swafford just making the turn with a 3-shot lead already in that back 9. Mackenzie Hughes with a chance to get back within 2 in 60 seconds. He's given himself some separation on a Sunday with a brilliant front 9, as good as we have seen a front 9 played today in a difficult final round. Certainly the back 9 has been, but Hudson Swafford, out early and made up some ground quickly, made the eagle at 4, added 3 more birdies to it, almost birdied the 9th, so 5 under in the front, as good as it gets today, Carney, and now 9 tough holes to go in the back 9 for Hudson Swafford, who could be 9 holes away from his second win.
I mean, he hit 7 or 9 greens, which, as players have talked about, while there is rough out here, it can be very playable. He's hit 6 of 7 fairways. So really, he's driven it pretty well. He's obviously his iron play's been hit 2 of 2 in scrambling and just 12 putts through 9 holes. So he is doing what he needs to do. And if you look at his overall numbers, he's 12 under par, Earl, on the par 5s. That's got to be pretty close to leading that. He's 1 under on the par 3s, which is really good for tough par 3s here. So he has played very well. He has earned his position on this leaderboard.
And Luke List stepping in for the birdie putt at the 12th. This just outside of 10 feet below the hole, rehearsing a right to left stroke. Places the putter behind the ball, now spreads his feet, puts that left hand on the top of the grip. Putter back, rolling the ball towards hole, right to left on a good line. Oh, it just broke across the face right to left. It'll be a tap-in par. He remains 13 under. Will?
At the 10th, Kevin, Mackenzie Hughes going through the motions in anticipation of a birdie putt to get to 18 under par. This may be one of the best duos on the PGA Tour in terms of putting. You don't get inside the top 10 on the PGA Tour in strokes gained putting without physical talent, but Chase Walker, Mackenzie Hughes' caddy, reads every putt from both sides of the hole with him. Quite the dynamic duo. Just outside of 10 feet, back through his shadow, down the slope, Hughes sends it outside right, needs to hold its line left. Oh, and he bends his knees and watches it break across the cup. It may have been a little low the entire way. Tried to hold on for the last second, but that's a short-range miss that Mackenzie Hughes would love to have back as he heads to 11, still at 17 under.
Yeah, really the problem with that putt, Earl, even though it was that short, it was a little bit downhill back into the wind, and you just never know how hard you need to hit it. And just I wasn't able to match it up. I think it was a pretty good stroke, and just, it's just a little unlucky there.
Well, a story at 2 nines today. Hudson Swafford goes out, shoots 5 under 31, and that's as good as anyone has played on the front 9 today. We've only had 3 players shoot 5 under on the front. Hudson Swafford, the leader, is one of them, and that's why he's the leader. So you're looking for someone to make a move, make a run in the back 9. So far, there have been 4 players shoot 3 under in the back 9. That's it. Best scores for anyone, and one was Will Zalatoris, who shot 65, still the best round early today. So it's going to take something special from someone to kind of get things done. And, I'll still keep Carney Mackenzie Hughes in mind here because he's as close as anyone to the lead. And we've discussed how well he's played the devil's elbow the entire week. He may need a run there to catch Hudson Swafford.
Well, I think, and again, if you're Hudson Swafford, and obviously, again, you're not running all this stuff through your mind, but if you're him and you shoot 1 or 2 under, it's going to be hard for anybody to track you down based on that, just because the numbers are just not there. But that's what the beauty of playing golf is these guys have an opportunity to go out and do that. Obviously it's limiting now with him getting a 20 under. You've got a lot of guys, number of guys at 13 and 12. I mean, you got to think that maybe they're out of the mix of winning, but it doesn't mean that there's not a chance for them to have a really high finish.
And some trouble lurks, a lot of bogeys, and we've seen doubles come in, especially 18. There's been a couple doubles at 18 today, Will.
Mackenzie Hughes has not dropped a shot outside of the first 2 holes on this property. Only 3 bogeys of the week have come at 1 and 2 until he made bogeys at 3 and then 5 today. And we mentioned bogey free on the back. He's on the tee at the par 3 11th, 231 today. The number straight dead breeze to opening.
Right.
Hughes.
Kick right.
Needs to go well. And short of the green on an upslope, it's not going to get to the putting surface. It comes back to a pretty clean lie. It's a straightforward pitch from there, and the way that we've seen him chip around these greens, he could easily chip that one in. It's about 40 feet away. Mackenzie Hughes here at 11.
Yeah, it's got a little green to work with and certainly some contour he can use. So not the worst place to be.
No, and still putting himself in position here with his start today. He had 4 birdies, 3 birdies and an eagle on that front 9. Did drop a couple of shots, so bogeys at 3 and 5. But, other than Hudson Swafford, players out late, nobody played better than Mackenzie Hughes except for the leader on that front 9, Bill.
Adam Long, second shot here at 10. Middle of the fairway. And again, the wind's down breeze, so we got to judge this with a back hole location. This lands on the front of the green. That'll make its way to the middle of the putting surface and will come to a rest outside 30 feet. So he's got to make a move here on the back 9. He'll have to make a long putt. Right now he's 2 over today, minus 15.
At the par 5 12th, Tyler McCumber able to reach the surface in 2. Carried his second shot just over top of the front center bunker and onto the fringe, and it releases to hole high right about 20 feet for Tyler McCumber. That's an eagle putt he has upcoming. He's 14 under par and a chance to get to 16.
And back with the leader, Hudson Swafford. Bill Rosinski to you.
Well, Hudson Swafford hasn't missed many fairways, just off to the right here at 10. Big wide fairways this week for the PGA Tour stars. That's going to crawl onto the front of the green and release. It's not going to get quite to where Adam Long's golf ball is. So that'll come to a rest outside 40 feet, but he's on. Long birdie putt for our leader. He's 20 under.
Yeah, I think that was an example there of just really not needing to take on that back right flagstick. Earl, don't want to make a mistake. Put it in the center of the green. He'd like to be a little bit closer, but I think a smart play there for Hudson Swafford coming out of the rough.
And with a lot of tough holes in this back nine awaiting these players, Hudson Swafford in great shape. 3 up with 9 holes to go in the leader. At 20 under par as we continue our coverage from the Caribbean, PGA Tour radio coverage from the Dominican Republic. Final 9 holes, final round of the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship.
Hit the 16. Played some excellent golf here on the weekend. Strokes the ball rolling up towards the hole. Needs to stretch to the cup. It was moving left to right and comes up half a foot short. And he is reaching for the coin to remark that. That'll be a tap-in birdie for Tyler McCumber at the 12th. And he'll move to 15 under par.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Again, Tyler, a rookie on the PGA Tour last season. He's got... sort of a reprieve with what has happened, and I know that he worked really hard during the shutdown. He was working with Rick Smith, and obviously those fruits of those efforts appear to be kind of showing right now.
Let's go to Bill Rosinski, who's tracking our leader at the 10th.
Now here at the par 4 10th, Hudson Swafford, lengthy birdie putt uphill. Got a back left hole location, some 30 feet away. It's about 15 feet from the cup, closing inside 10, inside 5, getting a little bit closer. How about inside 2 feet? Nice roll, safely done. Should be able to knock that in. That'll keep him at 20 under.
Yeah, just, again, ticking off a box there. Again, that 10th hole with that back right hole location just didn't need to be overly aggressive on. And I think that was a good decision there. And, you make your par and move on.
Adam Long needs more than pars. Let's go back to Bill.
Adam Long, inside 30 feet. This for birdie here at 10. He got a good look at what the ball was going to do with Hudson Swafford's birdie try. Came up a little short. This is up the slope. And it's going to flatten out, and he starts walking after it. That's not even close to getting there. So that's probably outside 7 feet for par for Adam Long. He's 15 under.
It's just nothing really going his way. It's a bit of a challenge after playing so well. Certainly the last 2 days in the second and third round, Kevin, he just can't find anything today.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't, I guess. And today's one of those days where he doesn't. But you're right, it is strange after 2 great rounds to see him struggle so much. Let's go back to Bill.
Adam Long now is outside 7 feet. This is for par 10. You don't want to start the back 9 when you need to make a move. Instead, go the other way, do you? Gives this a tap. This is to the cup. Missed it right. Boy, nothing has fallen today. Absolutely zero. As good as it was yesterday, it's that bad today. That's another bogey, and he's down to 14 under.
Wow, that just... he made 3 bogeys coming into this round. Kevin, and now he's already made 4, and it's just deflating. And he's played so well, and it didn't seem to have any flaws in his golf swing or anything. Looked very comfortable yesterday. Everything, the putting stroke, everything was going in. But boy, it's just a tough day out there for Adam Long.
Well, it certainly is. Hudson Swafford able to tap in for his par. So when you look at what's occurred here through the first 10 holes, not only did Hudson Swafford take over the lead, he's 6 shots clear of Adam Long, which didn't seem possible, Mark, coming into the day, did it?
No, when Adam Long had a 2-shot lead on him, no. It usually doesn't, to quote Freddie Freddie Albers, the Mongolian reversal, is well in form here at the moment, and you hate to see a player go through that, and it's not like he's done anything really. He hasn't made double bogeys or anything, but he's just really not. He's got no confidence with his iron play, and certainly has absolutely no confidence with the putter.
And he's moving to a very difficult par 3. So with that miss and Tyler McCumber's make on that tap-in birdie at the 12th, they have switched spots on the leaderboard, and Tyler McCumber now moves to third position at 15 under par. And Mark, we're not supposed to root here, but we want to see Tyler do well because he's the son of our colleague Mark McCumber, and this right now is tracking to be his best finish.
Mackenzie Hughes here in the final round.
Well, I don't think there's any question. I think with anyone chasing from those last two groups, anyone chasing Hudson Swafford has got to make a birdie there and try to make one at 14 as well, although 14 is playing a little more difficult.
At the 13th hole, Luke List made a excellent up and down from behind the green, and the par putt was in the 8-foot range, and he just snuck it in the left side of the cup. So Luke List stays in the conversation at 13 under par. He heads to the last par 5 on the golf course, the 14th hole, which again can play over 600 yards on this golf course.
Interesting, Kevin. I know where we talked early on, and Will spoke with Will Zalatoris when he came in. He was tied for 8th and needs a top 10 to get the top 10 play in the next event, which will be the Sanderson's Farms Championship. I didn't think there was much of a chance that it was going to remain that way, but as we get into this back 9, it's starting to look pretty good. I mean, there's certainly some players out there that could affect it, but we know how tough the finish is here, and it's looking like this young man who leads the points on the Korn Ferry Tour, looking like he's got a pretty good chance to play next week.
Final group has some birdie efforts coming up at the 11th. We'll have those in 66.
Imperial Headwear, the best fit in golf since...
Sitting down in the rough. He's got about maybe 30 feet to the green, and then another 30 to the flag. Back, pops it way into the air, going right at this flag, lands just to the left, releases, and it's going to stay above the hole in the 7-foot range. That's going to be a par putt for Adam Long, who is 14 under.
Yeah, good shot there, but Adam Long needs to make birdies. Pars are not helping him at the moment.
Well, pars would be better than what he's been doing a lot of. That's making bogeys today. The leader to start this round, 17 under, 4 bogeys and 3 over par today, opening the door for, in particular, Hudson Swafford right alongside of him, thanks to a 5 under start to grab the lead, 20 under par now. Hudson Swafford in good shape, maybe to extend it to a 4-shot lead at the 11th, Carney.
And it just looks very relaxed and comfortable, Earl. I mean, and even yesterday, when things weren't going his way, it didn't look like he got hurried. It didn't get out of rhythm. He just knew the birdies were not falling like they had been, earlier in the week, and just didn't make any big mistakes. And that's the key to being successful out here. Is you can't let yourself get caught up in what's going on, and Hudson hasn't allowed that.
Now he's gone out, and especially on the front nine, did exactly what he wanted to do to take the lead here, Bill.
Yeah, he and Adam Long are looking at each other like, who's next? And Adam says, I think you should go. So this will be for birdie for Hudson Swafford. Yeah, it's probably just outside 8 feet. This is downhill, so you got to be careful with it. You got to put through his shadow.
Great
But
save.
he has been just a machine today. No bogeys on the card. Took advantage of the par 5s. 5 under for the day. Here's the putt down to the cup. It lipped out. It would hit the right edge and went left. Oh, wow. Well, that will be a par, however. Hate to miss that one, but that's still a 3, and he'll stay 20 under.
Yeah, I think he thought that putt was going to be a little quicker down the slope. So that's why, again, he didn't quite marry the break and the speed with that. But he's disappointed. But at the same time, you just keep giving yourselves those opportunities.
Yeah, he gave himself a great chance at that 11th hole, and really the only thing that's gone wrong for him today, the lip out there for a birdie. It's been, you pointed it out on the front nine, not only great form, very stress-free in this final round when there's a lot of stress for a lot of players, Bill.
Yeah, well, here's a stressful putt for Adam Long. He's outside 6 feet. This is for par here at 11. You got the par 5 coming up here, so anything can happen. 2 par 5s in the next 3 holes, but he's got to make this putt. Downhill. Gives it a tap to the cup, and that drops in the front door. So that's an up and down par. That's a good one there for Adam Long. He'll stay 14 under.
Yeah, again, that's good par, but again, pars aren't doing him much good. I know he's made a bunch of bogeys, Earl, but he has got to get the positive side of this going. He's got to make some birdies.
So with the par at 11, still Hudson Swafford by 3, 20 under par. Will, up ahead to you.
Green clearing at the par 5 12th, where just a moment ago, Nate Lashley was able to get up and down from low and left of the green for a really nice birdie to get to 14 under par and work his way up the leaderboard. Now Mackenzie Hughes, hoping he can find the green, which is difficult to do. Very undulating, narrow opening to this par 5, and Hughes from outside of 200 yards, straight down breeze, sends his second shot into the air. This is leaking out to the right. This is to go, too. Boy, this is going to come well short. That's in the first of 2 greenside bunkers down the right-hand side. He's got a lot of green to cover. Maybe even have to come over the other bunker to get it there. That was a full club shy, expecting some more help from the wind. And Mackenzie Hughes, no guaranteed up and in for birdie here at 12.
Yeah, not at all, because that's just those long bunker shots tend to be a little more challenging, and it's also downwind as well there, Earl. So it's really hard to judge how hard you need to hit it out of a bunker. You got an elevated green. That's Mackenzie's faced with a pretty tough shot.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of days here on the weekend. The wind is really has become a factor, and maybe even more so today on Sunday. A little bit more gust to it, and that's part of why the back nine is playing more difficult. And if you don't take care of the par 5s, don't get birdies there, I'm not sure where you can get on a run coming in.
Well, I think, again, if you execute good golf shots, I mean, certainly a lot of these holes are gettable, but, I mean, it's all about the wind. It's all about kind of sort of where your state of mind is. Can you be aggressive enough to execute a good golf shot? Certainly you wouldn't think so at 17 and 18 or even in that tired Devil's Elbow, but, there are some opportunities. Again, if you hit a good tee shot, put yourself in a position where you can be aggressive, then those chances are there.
Tyler McCumber played his second long over the green on the left side from the second cut of rough. A low pitch up onto the surface, and it's a good one. That is going to chase up just to the left of the hole, a foot away. Brilliant shot for Tyler McCumber. He will save par here at the 13th card.
I don't say it very often, but that was a great shot because he had to judge. He had to play it into the bank, judge what that ball was going to do, and then chase it up to the green and be able to hit it inside a foot and a half. Yeah, that was a great shot.
Members of our broadcast team keep cool and dry in their Airflux polos from PGA Tour Apparel, an official licensee of the PGA Tour. The pro styling keeps you looking good. The performance features keep you feeling good. PGA Tour Apparel is available now at PGA Tour Superstores and online at PGATourSuperstores.com.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship, part of the season-long points race for the FedEx Cup. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update from Corrales Golf Course in the Dominican Republic.
Hudson Swafford with a big front nine, highlighted by an early eagle at the par 5 fourth, has vaulted in front, 20 under par 3-shot lead. Now with 7 holes to play, 5 under in the round for Swafford to lead by 3 over Mackenzie Hughes, who's 3 under after 11. He's 17 under and solo second. Tyler McCumber there, you just heard that great. Looks like he'll get up and down. 15 under for the week, heading to, win or not, what could be his best finish on the PGA Tour. 4 under in this final round, solo third, 15 under and 5 shots back. Nate Lashley and the leader to start the day, Adam Long, are tied for 4th, but that means Long has had a big-time struggle today. 3 over on the final round through 11. He has slipped to 6 shots off the lead with Nate Lashley in a tie for 4th, and then 13 under, starting to run out of time. Luke List and James Hahn still on the course. 5 to go. 7 shots back, though, tied for 6th at minus 13.
Final round of the Wichita Open, supporting Wichita's youth on the Corn Ferry Tour, Crestview Country Club. Jared Wolf is the leader at 16 under par through 9 holes. That is 2 shots clear of Patrick Fishburne and Taylor Pendrith, who are 14 under par. Bill?
With his win at the Jacksonville Championship and the local IQ Series on Friday, Carson Young, who drained a 25-foot birdie putt on the first playoff hole at Hidden Hills Golf Club in Northeast Florida, climbed to second place in the Race to the Bahamas point standings. Bryson Nimmer continues to hold the lead by virtue of his back-to-back series opening victories, and the winner will earn a start in a PGA Tour event next year, as will the champion of the season-ending local IQ Series Championship Atlantis, Bahamas at the end of October.
And now back to action on the back nine. Will Haskett.
For Mackenzie Hughes walking into a bunker shot here at the par 5 12th hole from the flat. There's a lot of downwind braze action, trying to get it on the front of the green, let it release out, lands pretty softly. Sand comes flying up, and that landed a lot softer. It didn't skip forward the way that I had anticipated. It's underneath the hole. It's the proper leave, but maybe just trickled inside of 10 feet for Mackenzie Hughes' birdie that he has to have here at 12.
Yeah, these par fives, again, on a tough back nine, the easiest holes of the back nine. The 12th hole, the easiest of all of them. 2 eagles and 27 birdies there. The 14th, no eagles yet today. Not a lot of birdies at that par 5 either. Just 18 birdies there today. And then the tough stretch, you've got the Devil's Elbow, El Coto del Diablo to finish, but 15, the par 4, not playing easy either. Just 10 birdies and 14 bogeys there. So the scoring opportunities aren't there late unless you make something special happen. And right now, Hudson Swafford still comfortably in front, Bill.
And here at the par 5 12th, no problem for our leader, Hudson Swafford. Big tee shot down the left side of the fairway. So he can give this a go to try to get on the green in 2. 623 yards on the scorecard is this par 5. You got 2 more holes with the wind and then heading back home into the breeze.
And Hudson Swafford has played the back nine well this week. He has not made a single bogey the entire week on the back nine, Will.
Now we get to this back nine, and you get really far away from home, the clubhouse. You almost forget there's an ocean just off in the distance. You kind of weave your way back through the wildlife on this par 5 12th, and then we get even farther away when we go and play 13 to the tee at 14. Mackenzie Hughes, he's not worried about the wildlife. He's worried about the one bird in front of him, and that's a birdie here at the par 5. Brings Jace Walker in, his caddy, for one more read before going back to the ball. Notice every time. It's a lot.
I'll get back out to Will in a moment. Mackenzie Hughes, he's got some work to do. And, yeah, this is an important par 5. He's played well on the back nine this week. Also, he has not made a single bogey like Hudson Swafford on the back nine. And, you know, part of what Mackenzie Hughes has to look forward to, he is 4 under in that finishing 3-hole stretch. The Devil's Elbow, 16, 17, and 18. Probably is going to need to do something there, at least a birdie or 2 coming in to catch up to Hudson Swafford and maybe put some heat on the leader, who right now has got that 3-shot cushion. Will, back to you.
So now Mackenzie Hughes for birdie at the par 5 12th, right to lefter, pulls the trigger outside right, tracking left. No, it didn't turn enough for him. And he hit a pretty good putt, just misread it. And that's a disappointing par here at 12. It's going to stay 17 under as a scoreable hole goes by the wayside.
Yeah, and stays 3 back, and now Hudson Swafford, you heard Bill talk about a good tee shot. He's birdied that hole once this week, and he's going to have a chance if he makes another one to extend the lead. Kevin Sylvester.
At the 13th, Nate Lashley's 14 under pars found the right side of the fairway. Gotta be careful. This green is very firm, and be careful of going long on this hole. Luke List and Tyler McCumber both played it long and left, and both were able to get up and down. List made a fairly decent par putt just inside of 10 feet to preserve his score at 13 under. McCumber, a brilliant chip shot to a tap in to remain 15 under. Lashley needs something more, and again, he won here on this golf course at Corrales Golf Course. It's a Corn Ferry Tour event. He's taking dead aim at this flagstick. Haunting this, asking for the wind to help it out, and this ball is going to land on the front of the surface, and that's where it's going to stay. Now rolling back just off on the counter, puttable golf ball, but a long putt for birdie for Nate Lashley.
And 6 shots back. He needs some birdies. Hudson Swafford in front by 3. He's on a par 5. Maybe a chance to up the lead once again. A brilliant Sunday for Hudson Swafford so far to take the lead. We're in the Caribbean. PGA Tour radio coverage of the season-long points race for the FedEx Cup at the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship. Swafford in control right now on a Sunday at the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship. Earl Forsey, Mark Carnevale, our analyst. Hudson Swafford with a big front nine, 5 under in the opening 9, leads at 20 under par, 5 under through 11, a par 5 here for him on the back 9, first of the 2 par 5s, and what's been a difficult back 9 so far on a Sunday finishes with a 3-hole stretch known as the Devil's Elbow. Hudson Swafford, though, is trying to increase his cushion before he gets there. He's got a good chance at this par 5 now to maybe make a birdie here and get it to a 4-shot lead, Bill.
Well, I'm not going to say Hudson Swafford's on cruise control, but boy, he is dialed in today. From the first hole on, hitting fairways, hitting greens, taking advantage of the par 5s, 20 under par, and here comes his second into the par 5, 12th, lands on the front of the green, and let's see, that's going to slip off to the side to the left to go down the slope. Well, they went right at the flag, and he'll have to make it up and down from there. It won't be easy short-siding himself, but solid round going 5 under and minus 20.
Yeah, should have plenty of room to try to get that up and down, but yeah, that's it's a tough green to try to hit, particularly downwind.
At the 14th, the par 5, Luke List will be chipping from just the right side of the green. List is 13 under par, that great up and down, and he puts this low into the surface. This is for birdie. This is a long one. It's got to play all the way across the green, but he's done nearly that as now it dries up just short of the shadow of the flag. It'll be just inside of 15 feet for par for Luke List. He'll need that to keep momentum going at 13 under.
Yeah, just these guys need to be baked in birdies at par 4 14th. They're playing a little tougher maybe today with all that breeze out there.
Yeah, there's no doubt we've had a lot of low scoring. Had one today early, a 7 under par 65 from Will Zalatoris. But Carney here late on a Sunday, are you surprised that it's kind of become a battle of attrition, it seems, on the back 9?
Well, I think it was an indication earlier, other than really that round by Will. Again, those guys started a lot earlier. The breeze, to me, has gotten really pretty strong out there today.
And the breeze to a course that's getting firm and fast as we speak, and greens firming up and getting faster and trickier as well. And, right now, Hudson Swafford still has a lot of tough holes to navigate, and we know this stretch, and it's not just 18 over the Bay of Corrales that can cause you problems. One bad shot, we have seen so many, not just bogeys, but double bogeys and worse. So you're not safe until you're done, certainly for Hudson Swafford, but it's been relatively stress-free for him, even though he missed the green at a par 5. Now, this is one of those elevated putting surfaces, so he can't even see the green from where he is. How tough and up and down, Carn?
Well, it can be. I mean, he's going to have to judge it, but what you don't want to do, he's got to get the ball on the green. He may not be able to get it close, but you don't want to do what we saw Adam Long do earlier on the par 5 and not get it all the way up there, and the ball have to come right back down to him. So he's got to be careful with his choice as to what he does.
Let's get out there now at the 12th. Bill Rosinski.
And I'm not sure who's first here. He and Adam.
Just inside 3 feet, right around 3-foot range. He's given it a long look. Important par saver, the cross-handed grip. And it's right in the middle for Hudson Swafford. Okay. Par there, 20 under. He's got a 3-shot lead still.
Well, we last left Nate Lashley at that long birdie attempt at the 13th. He missed that, but was able to convert the short par putt. So Nate Lashley remains 14 under par as he heads to the last par 5 on the golf course, the 14th hole. So Nate Lashley going to have to take advantage of this par 5, 14th coming up.
Yeah, again, they're trying to just maintain pace here, and it's conditions just look like they're getting a little bit tougher out there now, Earl.
Yeah, and that's a 14th hole of par 5 that has not had any eagles and just 18 birdies there today. But, it is a par 5, and maybe someone can make something special happen at 14 and get the big bird, get a 3. But you've got to, if you need birdies coming in, it's probably got to start at 14 for you, Carney, for these players now late on the back 9.
You would think so, and that 600-yard par 5 playing a little bit tougher with the breeze out there today. Tough hole location, the back left. it's a challenge. And Hudson Swafford got away with a risky little shot there at the 12th, and he's got to thank himself that he was able to get that up and down.
Yeah, he did to maintain 20 under, and for him not to, it doesn't extend the lead with a place where a lot of players are picking up birdie at 12, but he doesn't lose a shot. And, when you're in the lead like this on a Sunday, Carney, I don't care who you are, the pressure mounts, and you know what's at stake, especially for a guy like that. That's pretty special up and down, because that was no gimme. Kind of short-sighted there after having one roll right back to your feet, and you hit a different kind of shot. You put it inside 3 feet, make the par. That's a good par 5 for Swafford.
He was able to clear his mind. Again, he did the one thing he couldn't do, and he was able to clear that out of his mind, execute a really good fourth shot, and they said, of course, the result was great, and making the par there is really big there for Hudson.
All right, Kevin Sylvester, you.
Tyler McCumber, his third shot at the par 5 14th. McCumber is 15 under par, back left hole location, and he throws it back there, and that is past the flagstick, but that's going to settle in just inside of 20 feet above hole high right. He'll have a chance to reach 16 under.
Yeah, good look there. A lot of players haven't had good looks at that 14th, Earl, so Tyler a chance maybe to put some pressure on Hudson.
Well, it's going to be likely his best finish of his young PGA Tour career. I tell you, we've seen enough of him, and knowing his dad, Mark, one thing about Tyler, he's not going to back off. He's going to be aggressive and try to make some birdies to give Swafford something to think about.
Absolutely, because you never know when you're in that position. And I've always said this, Earl, you have to risk making mistakes in order to win. You have to risk losing a golf tournament in order to win one. A lot of times, and Tyler now, he's 5 shots out of the lead, doesn't have a lot of holes left, but he wants a good tournament. He's got to play aggressively.
13th hole, Adam Long finally on the tee first as his drive is in the air. He's holding his pose. This one may not be able to hang on right-hand side. It doesn't. Misses the fairway right. That's about 5 to 10 yards off to the right, so he got to the tee, but couldn't get to the fairway at 13. Will?
Near Mackenzie Hughes, a very difficult third shot. Ball gathered into a collection area long and left to the green. It's on the backside of a drain, but he's not getting relief from it because it actually doesn't involve his stance or the through contact of the golf ball. It is very close. Brought in PGA Tour rules official Robbie Wade, who looked at all the options, and they said, no, there really wasn't a place to reward the drop. Has to get that out of his mind. Contact won't be an issue. Bumps it up onto the green and takes a couple of hops. Tries to creep up there. He needs to run up there and mark that ball. It's starting to creep back. It's not going to get there. Here it comes. It's coming all the way back down to him. Wow. Back down into the collection zone again. It avoids a divot, and he's going to do it all over again from an even tighter position, trying to get it up and down.
Yeah, that's just maybe a little unlucky there, but again, you're trying to execute the absolute perfect shot, and that's a challenge.
And it's a game of inches, certainly on the golf course, like it is Sundays in some other sports, and we've seen that a lot with these shots the pros are trying to pull off being too precise, and they can't do it. By the way, Hudson Swafford striped a tee shot. He's in great shape, right middle of the fairway at 13 with that 3-shot lead, Will.
We've bumped it again up the slope. This one just does get to the top, and Mackenzie Hughes goes chasing after it to put a mark on it, and still hasn't gotten inside of 10 feet. He's going to have to come up the remainder of the rise for his bogey putt here. Could not make the mistake of going long and left at this green. He did. It's going to cost him at least 1, maybe 2, as Mackenzie Hughes' hopes are starting to look a little bit bleaker with the mistakes here at 13.
Yeah, may have gotten a little unlucky with the first one, Earl, but again, you've got to... You just got to make sure you don't make a mistake. And he's trying to be aggressive. I get it. He's trying to track down Hudson Swafford.
Well, he's going to make his life tougher. Likely, Hudson Swafford's going to play into 13 after a good tee shot with a 4-shot lead. It looks like, Kevin.
Tyler McCumber, 4 birdies inside of 20 feet. Right to left putt on the way with pace to the cup and down. Tyler McCumber, fist pump it. He moves to 16 under.
Great putt there for Tyler. Again, a lot of players not being able to take advantage of that par 5, again, because of the length and into the breeze, but Tyler executed that one perfectly.
Well, what a week it's been for him in the Caribbean. He was one of the 4 who shot 65, 7 under par in the opening round to share the lead, and He's going to finish it off, it looks like, with a career showing today at 16 under, 4 shots back, and even without a win, Tyler McCumber could move top 10 in FedEx Cup points this week if he finishes that high.
And that's huge. And we go back to the whole situation with the COVID-19 and the pandemic, and the tour deciding that we're going to let everybody keep their position, keep the status that they had going into the 2020-2021 season. A lot of these young guys, young rookies, got reprieves. They have another opportunity, and Tyler right now taking full advantage of that opportunity.
Let's go back to Will Haskett.
Well, I go back to the decision and the club choice for the second shot here at 13 for Mackenzie Hughes. They were so concerned about what the wind was doing. And if you have any of those doubts, you have to at least make the determination that takes the spot that he ended up missing into.
In the fairway and curls back a bit, so Tyler McCumber trying to keep this thing going with a birdie run here. He may give Hudson Swafford a little heat down the stretch, and, obviously Carney, chance if he plays well coming in to post a number and see if it's good enough.
Absolutely it is. And, he's far enough ahead of Hudson that if he can, pick up 1 or 2 more birdies, that would be huge. And again, as Hudson has to go into that devil's elbow behind him, that could be a big factor.
Well, the last 2 times this tournament's been held, the only 2 times as a PGA Tour event, the winning score has been 18 under par. 2 more birdies would get Tyler McCumber to 18 under par. I know Hudson Swafford's leading at 20 under, but you'd have to wait around if you could post 18 with some tough holes down the stretch for the leaders still to play.
Yeah, as we've seen, you better be really smart with your approach shots on some of these holes coming in, because as we saw with Mackenzie Hughes and some other players, you get out of position, even with Hudson at that par 5 12th. Made a mistake, got away with it, but a lot of times you won't get away with it.
Adam Long was first to the tee, but he missed the fairway, and he's going to have to start hitting some greens and making some birdies, Bill.
Yeah, and this is not a good angle for him. He's in the right rough. Talking with Julian Trudeau, his caddy.
That's hurt. It pitched on him, didn't it?
Yesterday's flew like 8 short.
Yeah, so that flew like 47.
I need 10 more yards out of it.
Feels like it's more cross. There's less hurt.
Open this one and control it a little bit more. Cut this one in there.
Yeah, and as far as the leave, we got to err probably on this side of it, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to fly at 58.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, you heard that conversation between caddy and player. And let's see if the execution now is what they're looking for here. Adam Long, right rough. And he mentioned the breeze, although it is down breeze, it's actually blowing more left to right than more of a cross breeze, as he was talking about there. And you don't want to miss this right. Flag is all the way in the back of the green. Second shot here at 13, coming off birdie at the last to get to 15 under. And holds the follow through. Oh, that's just fine. That's going to roll up to the cup. That's a really good looking golf shot by Adam Long, but unfortunately it's going to turn left. Oh my goodness, this is going to go all the way down the slope. It's trickling. That was so good, and it's going to end up over the green into this little collection area here. That was within a foot or two of hanging on top. Would have been a great shot. Instead, he's going to have a tough up and down.
Yeah, that was a good shot, but unfortunate kick there. And Hudson Swafford's got to pay attention here. He just can't go long in any position.
Yeah, these greens, you can see him firming up. You can't be too bold, Bill.
Is brown not the right color? Here's the second shot by Hudson Swafford. Let's see how aggressive he is. And he lands that on the left side of the green, and there's a slope there. Look out. Starting to make that move down the hill. That's going to go off the green into the collection area. And he's going to get a drop. There's a little drainage area there. That's where the ball is. So we'll have a rules official come over. And not the easiest of up and downs, too, because it's like a false side to the green. Not a false front, but more of a false back here. and that's why both golf balls went off the green. He'll get a drop and try to make an up and down for par. Remember yesterday, after that birdie at 8, he had 10 consecutive pars. He might take that today.
And Carney right in the spot we just saw Mackenzie Hughes not get up and down from just a few minutes ago.
And that was actually a really good shot. That was a conservative play and maybe a little unlucky. Again, not able to judge what these the green surfaces are and how firm they are. And yeah, that was a little unlucky there. But I think he played the smart shot, trying to keep it short and left of that hole, but just again caught that slope.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship from
Tyler McCumber playing to a back right hole location. There is a backstop behind this hole. He's got sand wedge. Again, you just don't want to come up short. There's a false front here. Tyler now at contact. Trying to control the distance with this one. This ball lands long and to the right, catches the slope a little bit, and sits right there. That's a pretty good shot. He'll have a reasonable look at birdie from outside 15 feet from McCumber there at the 15th.
16 under for Tyler with Mackenzie Hughes tied for second, tied for fourth now. Nate Lashley won at this course when it was a Corn Ferry Tour event in 2017. He's in the mix, just birdied 14. So Nate Lashley with a couple of birdies on the back nine's gotten it to 15 under and tied for fourth with Adam Long, 5 shots back. James Hahn is at 13 under par. Will Zalatoris had the round of the day 65. He's in at 12 under. So is Cameron Percy with Luke List. And Hunter Bondley here, he's still on the back nine, 12 under, 8 back.
And the Corn Ferry Tour, the 31st playing of the Wichita Open, supporting Wichita's youth in the final round, which had a suspension earlier due to weather, but they resumed play. Through 11 holes, Jared Wolf, the leader, at 16 under par. That's 2 shots ahead of his playing partner, Taylor Pendrith, at 14 under par. Several players at 13 under, led by Marty Doe.
Well, it's getting interesting, isn't it? And it's not because the leader is, making birdies. He's made a couple of mistakes. One was off the green at 12, Hudson Swafford, trying to get up and down for birdie, didn't get it up. And that ball rolled back down to his feet, made a good up and down save for par. And now he's going to have to get up and down again to avoid a drop shot. Things could be tightening up in 60 seconds.
Coming down the stretch final round of the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship. Everybody chasing Hudson Swafford, who's in trouble back at 13. Mackenzie Hughes found that same trouble moments ago. Made a nice bogey to stay at 16 under, but is going to need to manufacture a couple of birdies, you would imagine, coming to the house. Drove it left at the par 5 14th hole from a hanging lie. Played a really nice second shot. Has laid it up in the fairway and will allow him to attack a back left hole location. Mackenzie Hughes looking to bounce back with birdie here at 14 as we go back to the 13th and Bill Rosinski.
All right, so Hudson Swafford took his drop left of the green here. Here comes the third, pitching into the hill. Boy, that better stay up. That is not going to stay up. He knows it's going to come right back to him. And Mackenzie Hughes knows what that's all about. It just happened to him. He did take his drop. I don't think he really liked the drop. There was not a rules official around when he took it. So then he called a rules official and ended up keeping the ball where it was. And now he is going to be hitting a par chip shot here, and this is no fun. It's moved a little bit closer to the left, but he's still got to negotiate this bank. And if you don't get it up on top, it'll come back to you again. So missed the green, hit the green, it rolled off the green in 2. 1 chip onto the putting surface and then back to him. And now here's the 4th shot here at 13. Narrow stance, punches this onto the green, and that's what he wanted to do the first time. And that is up there, but that's inside 10 feet. That's going to be for a bogey for our leader, Hudson Swafford, here at 13.
Yeah, just, again, I don't know if, that green has gotten away from anybody or not, but we've seen too many balls kind of release over that after what I thought were some pretty good shots. But, you still got to execute it. And he did not, and made the same mistake he made back at the previous hole, Earl, but not going to get away with it this time. He needs to hold that one, though.
Man, things are getting a little more interesting all of a sudden, Bill.
Yeah, Adam Long was waiting for, now he's got a little closer to the green here, not as nearly a steep chip shot. This is up to the cup, has a chance and goes by on the left. Boy, he was trying to jar that. And that ran by 6, 7 feet. So he's got that putt for his par. But at least he has a chance to stay where he is on the scorecard. Swafford, our leader, is going to drop at least one.
At the 15th, Tyler McCumber from the back edge for birdie, and that races by the right side. It was good pace, just a move to the right on him, and he'll put a coin on it. Just a couple of feet to finish. He should remain 16 under, heading to El Coto del Diablo.
Yeah, that was a pretty good run. He thought that was going to turn left, and it just hung to the right side. But a good effort, got it to the hole, and a lot of times when the nerves come in, you see players just coming up short. That was a real aggressive and good putt there for Tyler.
Well, he doesn't know what's happening back at 13. He's going to make up at least one shot. Everybody is on the leader. Carney, if this bogey saver doesn't go, you know where that lead number is? Down 18 under again. The target
Absolutely.
to begin the week. That's where the winning score has been for 2 years. Back 9 at Corrales Golf Course for the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship. Earl Forsey and Mark Carnival, our analysts. A 4-shot lead was a 4-shot lead. Now a 2-shot lead for Hudson Swafford. It could be down to 1 in a moment, Will Haskin.
A little bit farther than I thought for Mackenzie Hughes for birdie, but still a great wedge shot into the par 5 14th hole inside of 8 feet. Strokes the birdie putt to the cup, and that one's center cut. All right, a confident bounce back. He's been really good at rallying quickly from bogeys today. Bounces back to 17 under and heads to 15, where he's birdied at all 3 rounds so far this week, Mackenzie Hughes.
Yeah, it was a well-played hole there for Mackenzie. And again, obviously anyone's game at the moment now, Earl. I mean, it just, that's golf. We see it all the time. And he just, Hudson just couldn't make that mistake that he made back there. And you got, nerves, it's a lot of things. Who knows? But, he's got holes left, so, he can bounce back as well.
And he does have that par 5 next for him. But in less than 10 minutes, we have seen a 4-shot lead shrink to 1 with the double by Hudson Swafford at 13. And now Mackenzie Hughes, the birdie at 14, and game on as Hudson Swafford is got 5 holes to play. Hughes with 4 to go. And Tyler McCumber up ahead now within 2 shots of the lead. A birdie or 2 for him coming in. He's going to have a chance today as well.
Again, if he could post something, close to 18 under, whether it be 17 or 18, I mean, that, as we've talked about all week long, and the finish here can be a challenge. Mackenzie Hughes has played it the best among the leaders. Can he keep that up? But we haven't seen Hudson make a lot of mistakes. Again, it's easy to say. I mean, double bogeys just kill you. You have to avoid them at any cost, and Hudson was not able to do that.
Well, what we're seeing here with the green speeds picking up, the wind, and everything getting firmer, you just can't afford to miss greens down the stretch, Carney, because there are no easy up and downs. It doesn't appear. Certainly, we haven't seen many on this back 9. Will.
Left of the hole at the par 4 15th hole, Nate Lashley with a putt to get to 16 under par at this par 4. To a back right hole location. He's outside of 20 feet. Strokes the birdie putt up the hill. Tracking. Nice line to the cup. Bends down and watches that one just fall a little bit right. So close. He has hit or come close to hitting the hole multiple times today. It could be even better than his 15 under position, but it's a par at 15 for Nate Lashley.
Yeah, still a good week for Nate. Guy that won on this golf course when it was a Corn Ferry Tour event. Again, he's not out of this by any means either.
No, if he can find a little run coming in, he could be putting some heat on Hudson Swafford, who's feeling a lot of heat right now. No doubt about that, Kevin Sylvester.
And Tyler McCumber, 5 under today, 3 to go. He's in the fairway at the par 4 16th, the start of the Devil's Elbow. This is heading back towards the Caribbean Sea. Well, just slightly below his feet. Shouldn't be an issue for him. For McCumber with the navy blue slacks, white shirt, white pants. And pulls that back about halfway, half finish. Trying to flight it lower, but this does fly high in the air over top of the flagstick. And one hops to a stop above the cup. He'll have a good look for birdie at the 16th above the hole, inside of 20 feet, and a chance to reach 17 under.
Well, that was a really well-controlled golf swing there. Again, didn't try to do too much with that, Earl. It was right on line, and now needs to roll in a putt there to try to get it to 17 under.
Remember, Carney, when they used to light the blue light at the store and everybody came running? The blue light's on right now in the back 9. And, when that happens, a lot of guys, it just seems to happen this time of the day on Sundays, and it's going on again at Corrales because it's anyone's ball game right now.
Out at the par 5 14th, Harris English, fairway middle, plays his second shot away. Hudson Swafford, excuse me. Harris English also at the University of Georgia. And that lays up well short of the cross bunkers. That's going to leave him a good
For Mackenzie Hughes, who has played the finishing 3-hole stretch there, as well as anyone this week, trying to maybe get one at 15 going into the Devil's Elbow to finish things off. He's only one shot back now at 17 under.
It's going to be very interesting again. Throughout the week, players haven't come down to that Devil's Elbow really in any sort of position because obviously you're working for a position to get to the final round. It's going to be interesting to watch these guys with the pressure of trying to win a PGA Tour event, having to play those 3 holes now.
And especially with the leader suddenly stumbling, Hudson Swafford trying to make amends for a double bogey that's cut the lead to 1 on a Sunday in 60 seconds. For a while now, things tightening on the back 9, and it's going to be a thrilling finish at the Corrales Golf Course for the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship. Hudson Swafford leads by 1 over Mackenzie Hughes. Tyler McCumber chasing his first win on the PGA Tour. What likely is going to be his best finish ever on the PGA Tour. Just 2 shots back, and Nate Lashley still with a shot. 3 behind with 3 holes to play. A guy who won on this course on the Corn Ferry Tour. So it is up for grabs on a Sunday again, Mark Carnevale.
It is, and of course you got Mackenzie Hughes, who was runner-up a year ago when they played this event some 18 months ago, and with the 500 FedEx Cup points on the line and everything that comes with it, again, you got to look back. Certainly a mistake by Hudson Swafford, but Mackenzie Hughes has hung in there after making some mistakes. Tyler, has just kind of been pretty smooth in control, and what a great opportunity for all these players.
And the golf course has been a major player this weekend with a little more wind, and it's gotten firmer and faster. It has been changing moment by moment, really the entire weekend, Will Haskett.
And the man chasing Hudson Swafford, Mackenzie Hughes, off a great birdie at 14, has played this stretch of difficult holes, 15 and then the Devil's Elbow, 16, 17, and 18. 7 under par without a bogey for the week. We mentioned how much confidence he came into this week with off of that run to a 14th place finish in the FedEx Cup playoffs. Humbled a bit by the U.S. Open, but who wasn't last week, but showing the form that took him all the way to Eastlake. He's in the middle of the fairway here at 15, ball slightly below his feet, back into the breeze to a back right hole location. Don't want to miss a little bit short. There's a ridge in the middle of the screen that would drive it away. A little abbreviated follow through, trying to bring this up against the breeze. It's leaking a little bit out to the left-hand side. Oh, he had too much bat. That lands over the back of the green. It's in the closely mown areas. He'll be pitching down the slope. Not even be able to putt it. He chipped in for birdie here yesterday. He's going to have to do it again today in the final round.
Let's go back 1 to the leader. See if he can hang on, Bill Brzezinski.
Yeah, needs to hit a good wedge shot here. 3rd at the par 5 14th, right in the middle of the fairway, back left hole location. One of the calmer spots on the golf course as far as the breeze is concerned. Wants it to go right at the flag, and then that'll land maybe 12, 13 feet past the hole. That's an aggressive play by Hudson Swafford, and he will have a really good look for birdie here as he tries to rebound after that double bogey he had at 13. Our leader at 18 under.
That was a really good shot there. Again, behind the hole, he's got a good look at birdie, and appears to have forgotten about what happened back at 13 and executed a really good shot there.
Went after it, a place you really need to pick up a birdie, especially him now, the lead down to 1, and played a great shot, and he's going to have a chance to get that lead back up to 2 now with the birdie try coming up at 14 for Hudson Swafford, who's trying to get back to 19 under par. Was 20 under before that double bogey at 13, but an aggressive play there paid off for him, Bill.
Well, I got to believe Adam Long's going to be aggressive here. He is maybe 100 yards away. This will be his 3rd shot into this par 5 14th hole. And as rough as it's been today, I mean, he's 4 back. And some tough holes coming in. So if you make a couple of birdies here, maybe still have some life after a dreadful day with the flat stick. 3 over on the round, minus 14. He was our leader when this day started by 2 shots at 17 under par. ready to play away. Third shot here at the par 5 14th. Coming out of the blue skies here in the Dominican Republic. That lands just short right of the flag. That's fine. And that's maybe 12 feet away. That'll be an uphill putt for birdie. Both players with good looks for birdie here at the par 5 14th.
Tyler McCumber steps in for the birdie attempt at the 16th. He is above the hole, inside of 20 feet. Downhill putt that will...
If he remains at 18 under.